Okay, week 2. Um, had a little bit of time off this week, MLK Day, so that definitely helped make more progress than I would have otherwise expect. I got a little bit ambitious, but let's take a look at where we're at. We have our train. There's a little bit of overlap, like you can see over here. There's the wheel from the little tractor. Um, and the camera is now following the little wagon. Sometimes no nests spawn. Hopefully this is not one of those times. Nope, we got a nest. So you see the little bug crawl out of the nest. And we see them starting to chase the train. So there's definitely a amount of gravitation towards the train. They also spread out, like they just get bored and go and do their own thing. But yeah, bugs are happening. Um, and we're starting to get to a point where, it kind of provides a feel for the game. And you can definitely see like the bugs do gravitate on the train. Like, yikes. We pretty much have a solid line of bugs behind us afterwards. So yeah, rudimentary AI. We have the nests spawning, which is just like an anthill piece of art I found, and that is generating the nest starts spitting out the little bugs. And as you can see, we got quite a number of bugs in here. Just for shits and grins, we are currently gobbling up half a gig. So I think that's relatively normal to what I would expect. But we have bugs everywhere. Um, Goal for next week. I think I have to get to the point where some of the bugs start dying, and get the turrets to start shooting. And I think if we can get to that point, that will be huge. Right now, the bugs are meandering about a little bit. They move too fast. There's some other issues with it. Um, they do attack if there is a train wagon within like 1 square or something like that, which is why you see them hovering on the train, why you just get a solid line of bugs spread out behind it. But there's some stuff that isn't working, right? Like the bugs should despawn after they attack the train. We need to get the train to the point where it starts shooting. But overall, I am absolutely shocked at the number of bugs I can jam into this at this point in the game and have a borderline playable experience. I feel like it's starting to chug a bit. But to be fair, there's no optimizations in here yet, and I kind of hope the player would die if they let it get to this point. So we'll deal with that. Yeah. Hey, you got bugs. Um, so yeah, actually, kind of super happy how far I got. Was hoping to work on the turrets this week. Ended up getting sucked into creating the bugs and the bug nest and the spawning and telling the bugs where to move and figuring all that stuff out. And I'm sure there's code in here that I will regret. I'm already regretting the basic movement for the train. I'm gonna change that movement. There's different ways of doing things that I'm learning. For instance, the path 3D is what I'm using to move the bugs around. It's so much simpler and nicer than what I was doing for the train. Because the train I'm like rotating all the objects myself, and we'll refactor that. It will use a path 3D with a path follow 3D in the same kind of structure. It's gonna make life so much easier. And of course, you know, it's perfect for running Snake on, and the wagons won't look like they're colliding into each other anymore and stuff like that. Anyway, super good progress. Very happy with it. Got to play around more with the animation, like the hills coming out of the ground and the bug like kind of crawling out of the hole. It doesn't look great, but it was still fun to do. And now the bug is targeting the train and going after the train, which is a huge step forward compared to where it was. So yeah, next week, get to the point where the train is shooting and bugs are dying.